And today, our topic is how to improve threat investigation with the TI Lookup. I'll be showing you just how easy it is to investigate threats with our threat intelligence product, TI Lookup. With it, you can access a comprehensive repository of threat data events and IOCs, use advanced search capabilities, search parameters, YARA search, and API integration also for efficient threat investigation. And today, we'll see how it really can improve your work with the real cases. But first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Dmitry. I'm a CTO at ANY.RUN, and I was there at the very beginning of the sandbox that many of you have come to love. And now I'm glad to represent ANY.RUN team that made TI Lookup live for you. I hope you'll enjoy even more. And I'm really glad to discuss this product with you today. That being said, let's have a look at what we're going to cover today. We have split our webinar into 4 parts. First, I'll explain what is TI Lookup. I'll explain what ANY.RUN is and why it is useful and how it can improve threat investigation. Then we'll discuss what search data you can get in TI Lookup and why you may need it. And of course, together we'll see how to use it in the real life cases. And last but not least, Q&A part, I'll be happy to answer all your questions. Throughout the webinar, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. There is special Q&A part, and please share some emojis with me. I hope we'll have time to answer all of your questions, but don't worry if we won't cover it today. You can still send them to webinar@ANY.RUN, and we'll answer them for sure. So let's start. For those of you who are not familiar with ANY.RUN, I hope none of you are unfamiliar, but just in case, we are a cybersecurity company known for our interactive malware sandbox. That's actually our flagship product. That lets you analyze suspicious files and URLs right in your browser. But besides that, we provide threat intelligence product also. TI Lookup with YARA search and threat intelligence feeds that help you find IOCs or files and to learn more about the threats and how to respond to incidents faster. A core component of this suite is actually the public submission database. It is a vast repository that houses millions of unique malware and phishing samples submitted daily by a global community of over 500,000 security professionals all over the world from different spheres and industries using ANY.RUN. And that is why we have access to the large and continuously updated library for the latest threats you cannot find with any open sources. So that is what actually powers threat intelligence Lookup. Lookup is quite a new addition to ANY.RUN family of products. It is a centralized portal for threat data exploration, collection, and analysis. And we bet you must be interested in what is that and how it can help you improve the investigation of the threats. Search results take just around from 2 to 5 seconds for the events spanning for the last 6 months. You can quickly get in-depth information about how events work, whether they are linked to a threat, and how they are related to that threat. And we offer over 40 search parameters. We provide examples and context from other investigations to help with your decision making. And unlike other solutions where you can work only with IOCs, Lookup can search among events and YARA rules, what is extremely helpful. So it's not only IOCs, but more of IOBs and IOAs. And we have a large amount of data from our sandbox where cybersecurity analysts from around the world analyze threats. New samples are uploaded and analyzed daily so that you cannot find them in any other sources, open sources, and that kind of stuff. So let's talk about how TI Lookup sources that data. Every time a user runs a public analysis in our sandbox, our system captures the key data from the analysis. This data is then immediately sent to threat intelligence Lookup. And as a result, Threat Intelligence Lookup becomes a centralized hub where you can search throughout the threat data extracted from millions of malware and phishing analysis sessions, live analysis sessions conducted in the ANY.RUN sandbox. And we consider Threat Intelligence Lookup to be a portal where analysts can gather information on the latest threats. It contains fresh data collected over the past latest 180 days that you can search through within just 2-5 seconds. Each search request you make returns results that provide expanded context related to the threat data in your query. That being said, here comes the juicy part. Let me share my screen. I hope you can see it well. For example, let's go to the lookup. Here are all the parameters, examples, and documentation for you to try it out. Let's say we want to collect the latest domains used by threat actors that utilize Lumma, a notorious malware infestaller. To do this, we can submit the following request. We'll see the threat name, Lumma, and domain name. Let's just put the empty quotes. The first part of the query, threat name Lumma, instructs the search engine to find sandbox sessions where Lumma was detected. The second part of the query, domain name with empty quotes inside it, tells to retrieve all domain names identified in those sandbox sessions. We could also use asterisks here. So it's essentially acts as a wildcard, indicating that you are interested to get all the domain names associated with that threat. And the service returns numerous domains that match our request, as you can see on the screen. At the top, we see the domains part, where you can see domains tagged as llama and malconf, which tells us that these domains were extracted directly from the configs of llama samples. Tons of them here. And malconf, in my opinion, would be the most reliable source of indicators of compromise. We can easily copy any IOC we would like to use further, or add it to the search also. And as you can see, apart from the domains part, the service also provides a ton of information about the countries, SN, ports associated with it, 1,200 IP addresses, URLs, and events. Those are the behavior indicators I told you about. We also see files. We also see network threads. 23 network threads were found. And synchronization object. Nothing interesting here. And of course, the sandbox sessions, live sandbox sessions, where you can dive in deeper to what was going on to detonate that type of malware and see them in parts. I want to tell you a bit more about the results that we can get from TI. The results include domains from the configuration of llama samples, like IPs, URLs, ports, ASNs, files, events, and sandbox sessions. Now, let's take a closer look at what types of threat data you can search with and find in Threat Intelligence Lookup. Unlike many other threat intelligence solutions, as I have already said, that rely on limited data sources, TI Lookup data is exclusively sourced from the live sandbox sessions. This means you get a comprehensive view of each threat far beyond the typical surface level information. Apart from basics like malicious IP addresses, ports, URLs, domains, and file names, you can search across command lines, registry logs, network activity, MITRE TTPs, and even the details of the Suricata IDS detections. TI Lookup also contains indicators of compromise extracted directly from the configurations of the malware. And these IRCs are highly reliable because they are hard-coded into the malware and then reverse engineered by our analysts. Let's see one more example. These are all of the options available for the search. We'll look for the thread name again. Let's look for the VDAR. To use lookup, you'll need to pick first type of thread that you want to search this. To choose, you can just click on the context menu and choose from a whole bunch of available stuff here. And here we go. We see that we have 100 of the latest samples from the VDAR. And one of the common techniques used by VDAR is fetching DLL files, actually, that facilitate its attack from a remote server. With the threat intelligence lookup, we can further identify URLs used for hosting such DLLs, as well as the names of these DLLs by simply adding the second parameter here. And to simply do this, we'll say and we'll say URL *DLL $. Here we use an asterisk, which is a wildcard character that you can add to your searches to match any string of characters. It is actually added by default at the start and at the end of your query if you don't put like the $. But to show you how it works, I will include it in the query. We also, as I said, use $. To mark that this is the ending of the URL string. Thus, our search request tells TI Lookup to find all sessions with VDAR malware and to find inside of them all of URLs that end in DLL extension and which were discovered in those same sandbox sessions. It takes just a few seconds for the service to return results, as you can see. And here we can see a bunch of data. We see domains, we see IPs, and we see a ton of URLs that you still can copy paste and download as a JSON to your external system and use it there. These are URLs used by threat actors to host DLL files used in VDAR attacks. You can also navigate to the sandbox sessions where the thread details from our request were found by simply switching to the tasks tab, either below here or through the advanced context menu. So it's, I think, very comfortable to use here. I also would like to tell you that TI Lookup is a very versatile tool that fits for many different scenarios in the cybersecurity. For this demonstration, we have outlined several use cases where TI Lookup can be particularly useful. So first of all, it would be identifying a threat using an IP address. First, you can identify threats using even the smallest artifacts, such as like suspicious IP address. Let's say you get an alert about a connection to a suspicious IP address coming from one of the machines on your network. And with TI Lookup, you can quickly check if this IP address has been used in other malware attacks. Simply choose the destination IP search parameter in the our menu. Here we go. And enter the IP address in the query. And that's it. You will see that the service will quickly identify it either as malicious and provide you with links to some type of malware. And the service also lets you to navigate to all types of related indicators. Like, yeah, by the way, I didn't tell you about the network threats part more. So this is powered by Suricata IDs. And we can even dive in deeper here and get advanced information from the Suricata IDs. See the HTTP headers, and also to get the Suricata rule to use in your system. Another way to use TI Lookup is to identify a threat by using unique indicators that we have here. For instance, you can use synchronization objects or, let's say, mutexes. I want to show you one more example of a query using this indicator for the RIMCOS malware. So we'll say sync object name, and we'll type in RMC, which are known for RAMCOS, and type search. And within a couple of seconds, we get 68 synchronization objects from live sessions on ANY.RUN, as well as we get, again, 100 of the latest tasks from the sandbox sessions. You can also explore them more deeply through the sandbox advanced details of process section, which we'll not cover today. You can also find threats using a file path, which is really, really powerful. So let's try this. We'll type in the start menu, programs, startup, and again, we'll put an asterisk over here and put it as LNK. Just waiting for 5 seconds, and service provides us with the results matching the request and allows us to use this file path has been observed in the sessions featuring the some kind of malware. Let's see what we got here. This is dark vision. Yeah, we can obviously see that this is dark vision, and we have 34 events which we can expand and learn more about. We also have the network threats and a bunch of synchronization malicious objects. But the thing that makes TI Lookup particularly useful for users is that enables you to connect pieces of data that may seem unrelated. In cases where you have 2 or more artifacts that are different in nature, they still can be linked together based on their presence in the same sandbox sessions. For instance, consider a scenario where you have like a command line artifact and a network artifact. Like the command line artifact might be the delays execution for 5 seconds and then deletes a file. That's a really common part for the malware. Let's type this part into command line section. So we type command line, timeout, T, 5 seconds, and delete. And let's, I have prepared sample. Let's see the destination IP address that you would get from your network. I'll just type it in here. Wait for a couple of seconds, and by combining these indicators into a single query, we can zoom in on the threat we're dealing with. As you can see, the service provides plenty of context. But most importantly, it shows us that malware we are looking for is still C. It displays a list of relevant sandbox sessions that we can explore further. That means we can go back to the source of this malware, observe the threat behavior, and even return the analysis using your own virtual machine settings. But we, of course, can work with IOCs, IOBs, and IOAs that we have gathered from these sessions for you. For the final use case of today, I would like to also present you another handy feature of TI Lookup, which is YARA search. I'll launch it one more time. Thanks to the built-in editor, you can create, edit, store, and use YARA rules to find samples that match them. And let's use this YARA rule for Agent Tesla. This is an example rule that is available by default in TI Lookup. Search returns numerous files that we can filter by date. You can explore each result in detail by clicking on it to dive in deeper to the sandbox session where it was detected. And we can also download a JSON file containing all of the file hashes along with links to corresponding sandbox sessions. Isn't it amazing? So I guess that would be it for the demonstration part for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me get back, and I'll continue telling you about our threat intelligence. Now we have gone through several lookup use cases, identifying a threat, enriching your existing intelligence, and finding the fresh samples. And as you can see, using TI Lookup together with the sandbox lets you not just look at the data, but explore the entire picture of how each threat operates and behaves. And here we go. We are coming to Q&A part, where I will be happy to answer all of your questions. We have only covered just several examples today, and we understand that you might have use cases a little bit different. So we're here to make sure you have all the information needed to improve your workflow for using ANY.RUN. And I would like to invite you to just try the TI Lookup yourself to test its capabilities. And start with scanning this QR code on your screen and get 20 free trial requests on the threat intelligence lookup. And starting to use ANY.RUN is easy. You just need to log in with business email and you are good to go. Let's have a look at the questions in the chat. Don't worry if I will not answer all of them today. You can still write them up to us at webinar@ANY.RUN. We'll get it covered. And the first question is, how often is threat intelligence lookup data updated? It is updated daily, but throughout the day, it updates like many times. As I have already said in the presentation, it comes real time, almost real time, like with just a small delay. So all the results of public live analysis sessions get processed and put into the search engine. So I guess within like 20 minutes of time when we get the data, you can search. Does the lookup feature also work with known domains in onion network, public and private, if given access? Unfortunately, we don't work with onion networks yet. This is a very good feature request. We'll consider it. The next question is, can TI Lookup work with other security tools? Yes, of course. We have different integrations with OpenCTI, with the Splunk SOAR system. So, and we have a lot of more coming this year, so stay tuned. There will be like dozens of different integrations. The next question is, do you use any AI, ML? If yes, for what use cases? Right now, exactly the threat intelligence, we do not use AI and ML to provide you with any detections. We use other features like behavior analysis, signature analysis, and search engine capabilities. But we have some R&Ds that are coming, considering using optional AI, ML. Next question, can you check for the log bit? I'm not very sure that we have enough time of today to check for the log bit, but I'm pretty sure that I have checked it before and we got some data. So try it out on yourself. Tag this QR code with 20 free threat intelligence requests and try it out on yourself. How unique are the indicators provided by ANY.RUN as opposed to other well-known threat intelligence platforms? I don't have the exact analysis. Like I would like to tell you like that we have 100% of unique data, but obviously that would be not the truth. So we have compared just to a few of the threat intelligence platforms, and we can say that it comes around approximately by 50-58% of unique data, but that's very approximate. That's not like a legal declaration in any case. Every time we search a query, consume one request? Yes, for every time you do the search, it consumes one request, and the number of requests it depends on your plan that you have purchased. So it can go from small numbers like 50 requests per month up to very, very big numbers of tens of thousands requests per month. And also we have one more feature that I didn't tell you. We have just released a new feature called threat intelligence notifications that allows you to subscribe to your request and get the real-time search data without need to search for them, without taking your request. Is there API access to the lookup? Yes, definitely. There is API access to the TI Lookup for your automation, custom automation, to integrate it with your systems. Documentation is openly available right at the TI Lookup, so please download it, read it. It's very, very easy to use. I advise you to have a look. If we have our own IoT database with your tool, or do we have to share the database with you to use your platform with our data? No, you don't have to share any of your data with us. Just if you want to search for some particular query, or you want to get the threat intelligence feeds that has been already cleared out data from all over the ANY.RUN, please just do it. You don't have to share any data with us. Can TI Lookup track evolution of a specific threat? Yes, definitely. We can track evolution of specific threats. You just use it, as I already showed you, you just type in the threat name, get all the data with asterisks like domains, URLs, IPs, and do the notification query. So you subscribe to such specific threat, and you will get the updates every 2 hours for that data automatically. What sources are used for the suricata rules? For the suricata rules, we actually use we have malware analysts, like a big, huge team of malware analysts in ANY.RUN, and they develop the suricata rules that work amazingly. So check it out. What is TI feed looks like? I'm not sure what's covered there. Is it a separate offering from the TI Lookup? If so, what does the feed look like and provide without searching for the specific threat? Yeah, we didn't cover the threat intelligence feed much today, so don't be sad. You can still message us and we'll provide you with a free trial. Also, the free trial is always available for all of the users. Just go to the TI page and you can download the samples of all data and to check the coverage, to check like how it works and what types of data is there. In what format can data be exported from threat intelligence lookup? Right now, we have export in JSON format, but we are also considering adding the sticks and MISP formats. And the last question, how do you measure the effectiveness and impact of your threat intelligence service? And what metrics do you use to track your performance? As I have already told you, we use the detection rate, we use the uniqueness of the IOCs that we have, we use the amount of data and the time coverage. For the performance, obviously, we use different technological metrics. But if we are talking about, widely talking about effectiveness and impacts of the threat intelligence, I guess that would be a separate webinar, which I would like to make later. That is very, very big questions. But long story short, yes, that's what I told you. And again, the QR code is on your screen. Feel free to scan it or get the link from the chat and get the 20 request for the free TI Lookup. And I guess we have one more question, sorry. Any training for newbies, how to use ANY.RUN and how to integrate with our AV/FV? No trainings right now are provided, but we will consider it. Thank you. Right now we have Splunk and OpenCTI, and I will share soon all of the plans that we will do in the future. I guess that's all for today, guys. We're so happy to have all of you here today. So happy you were able to join us. As a thank you, please check out your email afterwards. Besides the webinar record, besides the free threat intelligence lookup request, you will also get a gift, a guide on threat intelligence investigation with TI Lookup. And there you'll get a detailed overview of how to collect threat intelligence using over 40 search parameters in TI Lookup with examples. And hope it will help you to get started with our threat intelligence lookup. Leave me a comment on our social media what you would like to see us cover next time. And thank you again for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Really. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.